Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to make a video about something that I have been wanting to talk about for a while, and it is about Fidm. So I wanted to make a video about Fidm because when I was kind of deciding on going there, I didn't live in California, and it is quite expensive, and moving from one state to another is kind of scary. So I looked up videos on what other people's experiences were with that school, and I would have liked to see more like normal average people make videos about it. And what I mean by normal and average or whatever is not YouTubers, not these people like Whaley and Beauty Baby, I think is her name. Those were the main videos that I found that had information about the school. So I wanted to go ahead and make this video and kind of, hopefully it'll help you if you yourself are trying to make that decision whether or not Fidm is worth it for you. I hope that this video helps. First things first, what does Fidm stand for? I'm sure if you found this video you already know. Fidm stands for the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. A lot of people have the misconception of Fidm being this fashion school, and before I researched it I thought it was just a fashion school, because all I really knew about Fidm was that Lauren Conrad from The Hills went there. So I didn't really know much about Fidm, but I knew that I wanted to go into the beauty industry, and at the time I was going to college in Colorado, and I was working in Sephora, and I knew that I loved the beauty industry. I just didn't want to be a makeup artist working a retail job for the rest of my life. That's how I kind of came across Fidm, but I had no idea they offered majors that weren't fashion related. So the major that I went to Fidm for is beauty, merchandising, and marketing. It is a 2-year program, and you get your AA degree. But they have like interior design, they have fashion programs, they have graphic design, they have like a ton of majors. If you go on their website, it kind of tells you a little bit about each of them. But I did beauty, merchandising, and marketing, and I did the 2-year program. It took me a little bit less because, like, fortunately for me, some of my classes from Metro State University of Denver did transfer, so that was pretty cool. Fidm has 4 campuses. They have the LA, San Diego, Orange County, and San Francisco campuses. So you can start at other campuses, but as far as I know, for the most part, you always have to go to the LA campus to finish your degree, just because that's the biggest campus, and that is where most classes are offered, and that is actually where I went as well. So you can get your bachelor's degree if you go 2 extra years after you complete your AA. And so yeah, it would just be like 2 more years, I believe. And also, Fidm isn't like a normal college. It has a quarter system. Classes are like 10 weeks long, and each class is about 3 hours. So they're a little bit longer classes, which kind of sucks sometimes, but honestly you get used to it, and you don't even realize how long it is. And also they do offer 5-week classes, which are 6 hours in a day, and those are usually offered on Saturdays. And oh my god, I did one. Flies by like that. So if you ever want to knock a class out of the way, it's a great way to do so. But with that being said, like, you have to be committed to that class because it's a lot of work. But it's not your typical college experience because you don't have dorms, you don't have any of that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit different. It's more like you're going to work at Fidm. So a little bit about the enrollment process. It's super easy, honestly. Like, I feel like anybody can get accepted into Fidm as long as you have the money to pay for it. You're probably going to be accepted. But they do make you do like a project, and in the beauty program, you have like a product that you create and you kind of just tell them a little bit about it. For me, I remember I did lashes. So I created my own lash company, and they were called like Lush Lashes or something like that. I don't know. And then you do like a little sketch of it, like a little mock-up of what it would look like. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So it is a little nerve-wracking because you like go to Fidm and turn in your project, and they're like, okay, we'll let you know, but honestly, I've never heard of anybody getting rejected from Fidm. So Fidm is pretty expensive. For just getting your AA degree, it's ridiculous, to be honest. I don't think it should be that expensive for what the classes are and what some of the instructors are. I'm using that word, some. Keep in mind, some of the instructors, in my opinion, were not the most qualified to teach certain classes. Now, with that being said, I personally do think Fidm was worth the money for me. In my opinion, yes, it was. Why? Because, I chose to take advantage of the resources Fidm gave me. Your teachers are industry professionals. They work in the beauty industry currently. They will share with you their beauty industry experience, and I feel like that to me is much more valuable than these teachers are living and breathing the same industry that you want to be a part of. And to me, I think that that's really cool. People that say Fidm isn't worth it to them probably didn't take advantage of asking for internships, because Fidm has a career page where you can go and search for internships. Starting, I believe you can only do that starting your second year. I'm not 100% sure, but yes. And also jobs. They'll do job postings on there. So if you take advantage of that while you're in school, then 9 times out of 10 you're going to graduate already with a job. I personally did not graduate already with a job. I got a job kind of like a month or two after I graduated, which wasn't that bad, but I would have rather graduated with a job. Everything. Oh, so the workload at Fidm. You will do 1,000,001 projects, but it's not that bad. But that you do have to do a lot of projects. Like me, I took Fidm super seriously. It was like my priority while I was doing it, because my parents were paying so much money for me to go there, so I wasn't gonna be, one of those spoiled kids that doesn't take advantage of that. I feel like there's so much more I could share with you about Fidm. You guys want to know anything else that maybe I didn't share with you, anything that you're curious about, feel free to ask me. One thing I wish that Fidm would have included in the beauty program, that I feel like, I hope that they, because they're constantly changing it, and I think that's because they haven't found, the right set of classes, completely right set of classes that will, prepare you for the industry. And that's because honestly, it's pretty hard to teach you everything that you need to know about the beauty industry in just 2 years. Like that's pretty difficult. But I do wish that they had included like a product development class, because I think that we did focus on marketing campaigns and like making up a product, but what does it actually look like to get to creating your own lip product? I wish we had kind of done more of that. So I hope that they add that into the curriculum in the future. All in all, I don't regret my time at Fidm. Helped me get some great opportunities. Like I said, I feel like I could have said so much more, but yeah, let me know if you're curious about anything else that I maybe didn't touch on. Anyways, that's it for this Fidm video. Hopefully this will be helpful or interesting to at least one person out there. But yeah, bye.